Hello everyone and welcome to a basic tutorial of Warner Brothers Multiversus. Now, I wanted to make a tutorial video going over just the basics of the menus and different mechanics and stuff like that. I am planning to most likely do character guides too. But for now, I wanted to make this simple, basic guide of just, help players get into the game because obviously it's still brand new being in the open beta. Anyways, to start off, let's get right into it. So, first up is the menus. Right now, there are a few things that aren't currently in the menus for the beta, which I'm pretty sure is like a clan system and a shop. But right now, from top to bottom, we have the career, which is where you view your stats, your level, and match history and all that. Also, your most played character and everything there, pertaining to basically your profile. If you go to the next one, it will be the Battle Pass that's currently here. The Battle Pass, obviously, in this game is only, so far, I think it's an early access Battle Pass because of the fact that, it's in beta still. So, it's only 15 tiers, but it is only $5. And alongside the actual tiers, in order to get higher tiers, they have this here. They have the challenges. And obviously those help a lot in getting the tiers. Now moving on to the next one, we got the collections tab. The collections tab stores several different things. Probably one of the areas you'll probably go to the most. First thing is on the top right. This is a very simple thing. Oh, don't know why it's not popping up. But those are where your toasts are stored and showed how much toast you have. Toasts are used at the end of a game in order to essentially give someone some coins in order to toast them essentially. And usually if you do that, hopefully they'll do it back, and then you'll get some extra coins to unlock characters. Speaking of characters, we have obviously, fighters themselves are in this tab. Now, if you go, you can obviously see some characters have locks on them, meaning that they are not able to be played on the actual, matchmaking. Which you can play them and try them out some other area, but I'll get to that later. But as you can see, if you click on a character that's locked, and you try to unlock them, okay, it's not coming up. Sorry about that. Yeah, so for some reason it doesn't let me to click on to unlock it, which is a little odd. I don't know if it's a glitch or anything. But either way, some characters are 2,000 gold, some are 3,000 gold. I think that's most of the characters are like that. And gold is earned by just playing the game and completing some challenges. But yeah, I'd say it's relatively easy to unlock characters. As you can see, without not counting the 3 free ones that you get every time. Which right now I think is Garnet, Finn, and Raindog here. I have 3 characters, and they're the characters I specifically liked. Actually, sorry, 4 characters. Anyways, moving on. Fighters is pretty simple. There's just the level up tiers for fighters where they unlock the specific thing to that fighter, where you can equip emotes, you can check their move list. There's specific cosmetic, like the ring out cosmetics, which are really cool in my opinion. There's the banners, there's badges which show on your character when you play a game, and then one of the coolest things is the announcers. Sadly, these only cost real money, but they are only I think you get 2 for $5, maybe even more. So it's not a bad price at all. Also in the collections tab is obviously characters' perks, specifically, and their level tiers. So what this is, I'll do a quick rundown of this because I'll explain it more in my character guides, with their specific perks. So each character has usually 2 or 3 for the most part. I think some may have 4, but signature perks that change their main abilities in some way. Usually it's a big positive, but also a negative to balance it out. So obviously you can see what are perks. Perks make your character more powerful. You unlock your first perk by level 2. As you gain mastery level to each character, more perks will become available. As you can see all the perks that get available as you level up. Also, there's some other things that get leveled up, like perk training, which is a whole other thing I'll get into later, but it is a thing where you're able to teach perks to other characters that don't normally have those perks. Anyways, you get some other rewards like gold and stuff like that, but that's generally the simple aspect of that, and there's really nothing else to that besides the specific parts of the perk, which I will get into in my character guides. Make sure you guys look out for that. Anyways, moving past the coming soon stuff, we have the glossary. The glossary is kind of just self-explanatory. The glossary essentially shows every type of status effect and different types of gameplay effects, essentially, and gameplay economy. Like gold being on certain character, like gold on the, sorry, not on characters, gold on the game itself. See, it's currency that can be earned in game to unlock rewards. So yeah, this just basically, if you have a question about how something works, go here, essentially. Settings is pretty self-explanatory. There's a bunch of settings here. You can, what I really like here is you can also customize the interface to make it custom, which is a really nice thing for the fact that you can have everything tailored to how you visually like it. Audio and language is self-explanatory. Graphics, self-explanatory. Online, you can set cross-platform enabled and not. So yeah, so that concludes basically the left side. There's also the gold and the amount of Gleamium you have, which you can also purchase, obviously, here. So yeah, that concludes the left side tab. Now to move on to actually the main menu, the lab. The lab is something that is basically the training mode of this game. Essentially, it's really nice to try out certain things that you don't have unlocked. Anything that you don't have unlocked in the game normally, is actually unlocked. As you can see, every character that is locked is able to be played. Like LeBron here, I had locked, and now he's unlocked. So it basically allows you to try out characters, see if you like them before you buy them, essentially. Which I really like. But yeah. Anyways, that's the main use for it, for me at least. But you also have other things: show juggle combo, show hit stun combo, instant cooldowns. So you can see it there. It's showing there's a combo right there, combo damage, and then all that. Hello everyone. I just wanted to interject the guide real quick, and just wanted to show you some basics of gameplay. So, basics of gameplay. I wanted to start off with the basic attacks on the ground. So we have on an Xbox controller, it would be X, Y, A, B, and that would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you're looking at an Xbox controller, it goes from basically left to the right, and it goes X, Y for 1 and 2, A and B for 3 and 4. So anything I refer to will be up 1, up 2, or like down 1, down 3, down 4, like that sort of thing. So anything I refer to, you can know the inputs universally for consoles. For PC, I don't play fighting games with the mouse and keyboard, so I apologize. I just don't have the knowledge to do that. So, anyways, to start it off, we have up 1. Depending on what character you have, you either have a charge attack or a multi-hitting attack. Or you have an attack like this. If they glow purple, it breaks armor. As you can see the armor symbol there. Or, obviously, like I said, the multi-hitting attack. Like this. You just tap it several times, and it hits multiple times. So, then the neutral one here. Again, this one actually has armor on it, as you can see with the armor symbol with the plus sign, and my body glows like I have a shield around me. So, those are the basic attacks on the ground. Another one for the basic attacks in the air now. So, up basic attack is just a upward swipe. Good for continuing combos. And then we have the forward 1 is his knee. It's a charge attack. And then we have down 1, which is a spike downwards. See, as you can tell, it doesn't really change if he has his sandwich out, which I'll explain a little later. And then his neutral 1 in the air, meaning I don't press any direction, is this sort of multi-hitting downward attack. And then we have the special attacks, which special attacks are using the button 2. So on the ground, neutral 2 is a charge up. You keep holding it down, and then you become Ultra Instinct Shaggy. Essentially, all your moves are buffed. I think you might be a little faster. Don't quote me on that, though. But yes, basically all your moves are buffed, and everything like that, and some things look a little differently. Now the neutral one is actually an explosion. So if you charge it up, and then you press it again, it gets rid of it, but it does a large area explosion. And then now, his side 2, or side special, as a lot of people call it, because these are special moves. It's a like little dash kick, essentially. Which in the air, you can kind of move around a little bit. You can see how I can dash it up a little bit, or dash it down, as you can see there. Which can really confuse opponents. And I have the neutral special. Oh, no, sorry, I already did that. I have the up special on the ground, which is like a little uppercut. As you can see against the opponent, it launches them up for like combos. And it's good for recovery, as you can see there. And then now we have down special, which is a little more complicated. As you can see here, I have a sandwich. But in order to get a sandwich in the game, you do that, and it picks up a sandwich, and you can throw it as a projectile. And you can keep doing this every time, and yeah, and so on and so forth. Now, some specials change while you're in the air. One example of this special is actually his down special, or down 2. And see, in the air, it turns into a slam attack that when he hits the ground in a wide area. Plus, he also gets armor in this attack, unlike his sandwich, which becomes a projectile that he can throw. So, those are the basics of attacks. The movement basics are essentially you have run, you have crouch. Some people can crawl. He can't. Velma can crawl. You have jump, which you can jump twice, and then you'll be out. You have fast falling, which is when you use the control stick to go in a certain downward in order to fast fall quicker. As you can see, this is without fast falling. This is with fast falling. So without, with. Without, with. So it's a lot quicker. It's also helpful for like if you're trying to get moves to work. Essentially like an up air here. It doesn't work. Up 1 here. But if I fast fall, see, it hits. So, there's that for movement. One last thing for movement is dashes. Which, as you can see, there's a green meter below mine. It's specifically green on mine because I changed the color. But it will go down the more dashing I do. And what that means is that little white blink, which is when I'm invulnerable, I can't take damage or get hit, it will actually go away quicker. So you have less of a window. As you can see now, there's nothing. Dodging does nothing at this point. It's just as bad. Now, I'm pretty sure it will, yep, see, it will recover passively, but also if you damage enemies, it will recover more. So if you're constantly moving, dodging constantly doesn't really affect anything because of the fact you'll be regaining it. But it's the point of, like, if you're playing super passive and constantly dodging away, that you'll basically have no dodge eventually. So, as far as I remember, that should be it. And, yeah, time to move on. Alright, so next things up is custom games. Now, custom games is, again, self-explanatory. Essentially, you just have a mode where you can just create whatever custom game you want. Right now, the options are Teams 2v2, which is one of the most popular, which is like the mode that they push a lot. There's Free-for-all, which is obviously, you know, self-explanatory, all 4 people to get the fight. And you can set the time and everything, and you can set the ring outs. Right now, it's only high score wins. You can set hazards enabled or not. And then my favorite one, personally, I like 1v1s, which you can set the amount of stocks or ring outs in this game, like Smash. You can set the minutes, and you can set hazards, and then you can select the specific maps you want to be in the game. Now, some maps aren't selectable because of the fact that some are made only for certain modes. Like, for example, that is only for free-for-all, 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 free-for-all. All these are free-for-all. So yeah, that basically covers it for custom games. Pretty simple. Now, advanced tutorials is the next one here. I have not finished all of them. I have 2 I haven't done, but they are basically just specific tutorials to show you parts of the game and to learn specific tech and all that. One thing I really do like about it is it actually goes in depth in the way that it shows how people like terms and stuff like that, like spiking, fast falling, stuff like that a lot of people I feel like don't know. Knockback influence, or a lot of people call it directional influence, called DI, or in this case it's NBI, I think they called it, because they called it NBI, I think. But they show what different element effects do and all that stuff. Yeah, it's very, very helpful. Now, to finish it up, essentially, we only have 2 other areas to really figure out here. We have the normal area here, which is just invite. But if you go into play, you can see there's several different things that greet you here. You have 1v1, which is the mode I usually play. We have teams, which they say recommended, but I think that's just because they really push team play in this game. But I really like 1v1s personally. Co-op versus AI, so you can play against bots with friends, just casually if you want to do that. And free-for-all, which is, like they describe, 4-player mayhem in this party mode. So it's supposed to be kind of like unbalanced, everyone just chucking stuff at each other and stuff like that. Interesting thing, you can do bots. You can do 1v1 with bots. You can do 1v1. You can do teams bots and free-for-all bots, which is really nice. Normal, and then eventually there will be a ranked one, but that is not in the beta. So there's also practice, which is the beginner tutorial, advanced tutorials like you saw earlier, and then the lab, which is just, you know, the thing I saw earlier, the kind of the training mode. And then we got custom. We have local play, create an online lobby, which is really nice. And then soon there'll be a join lobby thing where you can find lobbies online. Now, the final thing. There's a news thing right here, which you can check news and stuff like that of different things popping up, like patch notes here. But we also have the social tab, which the social tab is pretty self-explanatory. You can view your recently played with people. You can view your Steam friends, your offline Steam friends, all that. You can see your friend invites, your blocked players. You can search for a specific name. You can refresh it there. But yeah, essentially pretty simple, pretty straight to the point. And yeah, I think that pretty much concludes it. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more Multiversus content. I'm definitely going to make a lot of this game because I love it, and I really hope it stays. Really fun game. I'm having a blast with it. Already have 15 hours on it. I just started playing it a couple days, like a day ago, I think. I know. It's sad, but anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. I probably will be also streaming this at some point. So if you want to, just check me out on Catacomb White, Catacon on Twitch, or I think it's Catacon YT on Twitch. If you just check that, you should see I'll usually upload the schedule on my channel calendar to show people if I'm going to stream. So, yep, just keep updated on that. Please drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Be good people.